Welcome back to another Talkers on the Wall video. We are still in the parking lot for Nosferatu, but we are here delivering the Sonic review as well.
Oh, sorry, tired, but
Jesus,
yeah.
Sleeping.
Yeah, I know. Hey, you know what? That relates, because Sonic movie 3, I'm sure. I guess to start, I always like to start with, like, what would you rate the movie, I guess?
What I would rate the movie, I would give it it was really fun. The movie was really fun. I'd honestly, it's so weird because we gave, I don't want to spoil it, but we gave Nosferatu a really good rating.
Yep.
And I personally wouldn't dedicate that to that tier.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd go like 8.3.
Yeah. I would say Sonic 3. I would say Sonic 1 and 2. These are like really, these might seem really harsh, but like, so in my mind, a 5 is average and a 6 is, slightly above average.
Yeah.
So I think Sonic 1 and 2 are 6s, slightly above average movies.
I'd agree.
And I think Sonic 3 is a 7, a above average movie. I wouldn't give it an 8 or 9. Those are reserved for like my top movies. Because there were definitely bits about Sonic 3 that I didn't like so much, and I work nights and I had been awake all day. But when I went to see the Sonic movie, there were a few bits that I did actually nap through.
Damn.
Yeah, I fell asleep during the movie a few times, like, just because there wasn't a whole lot happening, and and then my head would just kind of lull. But, like, my biggest con with the movie, I loved Sonic, I love Shadow, Tails, Knuckles were fine. They had probably too many Dr. Robotnik scenes for me. Like, I love Jim Carrey, like, he's a good actor, and he's, like, a good Dr. Robotnik, but I feel like he might have gotten more screen time than Sonic and Shadow. Like, there was just so much of them, and those were the scenes that, like, put me to sleep.
Yeah, so first, I'm just, like, going to talk about, like, how big of a moment it was just to have, like, Shadow on, like, a movie screen.
True, that was pretty sweet.
It's insane. Like, I grew up with, like, watching Shadow since I was, like, 6 years old, and, like, I mean, everyone knows, like, I've just been a Shadow diehard, like, forever. Like, my parents know that, like, they'd give me all the Shadow drip and all that, bro. But I was just very grateful to see Shadow, and I thought Keanu did a good job. There were some lines I thought it was, like, delivered very flat. I won't lie. Like, it just felt like some of those lines were delivered really flat.
Yeah.
Now,
there were, like, and obviously, Sonic, it's a kid movie.
Yeah.
It's made for kids. So, when they hit you with some of the Konichiwa.
Yeah, like, bro, just turn back the Shadow, bro. I do not give a flying frick.
Some of that is,
Oh, spoiler warning, by the way.
It's gonna leave you a little cold, but that's for the kids, so I can look past some of that dialogue. But yeah, every scene that Shadow was in was sweet. Like, I love seeing Shadow, like, fucking motorcycle crawl through the city in Japan.
Bro, ore farming.
True.
But
bro hitting the Akira slide and then the fucking Sasuke ceiling stand all in one.
So it was insane. The fighting was so cool in this movie.
Yeah, I love the fighting.
Going back to, I guess we'll just start out with cons and then we'll just get to, like, the action pack.
Yeah, what were your cons?
So my cons, everything felt a little convenient.
Oh.
Like,
sure.
It was insane. It was just like, okay, X problem happened. Okay, yeah, I guess we could just figure that out.
Yeah, I guess so. There was a lot of, like,
when they're infiltrating the evil, like, the gun headquarters, I was
and they're like,
bro,
oh, we'll just disguise ourselves, and then
they get that guy, like, oh, you want me to get you fired?
You want me to fire you, buddy? And he's like, no, come on in. Yeah.
I was like, stupid. No, but then I realized, the audience is for, like, a 6-year-old.
Yeah, it's like a kid's movie, so, like, we're not, I guess we can't be expecting, the best plot ever, but dang it, they could try a little harder.
No,
but another con, I would say, no, I mean, it is a con, like, the writing's not exactly there all the time.
The dialogue was...
Yeah, the dialogue. But, like, I don't want to harp on it too much, because, like I said already, it is a kids' movie, but, like, kids' movies could have good writing.
What I was thinking about it, too, because I was like, am I being too harsh on this movie right now?
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw Puss in Boots is a kid movie.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Across the Spider-Verse is a kid movie.
Yeah.
So I was like, why can I not hold it up to this standard?
Yeah, I would say Sonic might be a little younger than at least the Spider-Verse movies. I think those are definitely maybe like teenager movies, where these are like 10-year-old movies.
I get it, but like...
But no, I agree. Like a kid movie can definitely, like old Disney movies, like all those have like really solid dialogue, good writing. Like, no, I agree. And like you said earlier, there was just a lot of jumping around in the plot. Like, I might have slept through a part, but like that new like gun lady that they added, did she even do anything in the movie really, or was she just kind of there? I don't know. I felt like she was just kind of there to be like a semi-antagonist, but
I mean, she was, and
I don't think she really added anything. Could they take her out and it be the exact same movie?
No, because I feel like they're building her up to replace Eggman as like main antagonist.
Maybe.
Because like she could have been the ones that create like Metal Sonic.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think it's more so like that's what everyone's saying. Like I do believe I could see it.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen that. Was she like an inventor?
I mean, she's obviously the head of like a military.
Well, that didn't make her like it. Yeah, but she could give it to inventors.
Yeah,
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So like she could
be
like,
yeah.
Here's $1 million. Make me fucking Metal Sonic.
Make me a robot Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
No, I could see that. And I think, too, the next movie, like, based on how it looked, it seemed very, like, Terminator-esque, where, like, the robots were coming back from the future. I don't know why. I just got that vibe. Like, when at first it was just one, and then there's, like, a bunch of them, too.
Yeah.
I do want to say I hate that there was, like, 100 of, like, Metal Sonics.
Yeah.
I like when it's just one Metal Sonic. I don't know. It takes away from it. Especially because, like, I remember the old cartoon movie with Metal Sonic in it. He was a menace. And it was just one of them. But he was just so, like... He was, like, the original Shadow. But,
So, I would say what... We talked about the future. We've also talked about the cons. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of this shit.
I want to talk about, some of, like, the major pros, for me, were all the references they did. I loved seeing every, like, Sonic Adventures 2 reference. Yeah, every fan service moment, I love seeing as a big Sonic fan. Every, like, moment they stole from Sonic Adventure 2. I shouldn't say stole, that gives it, but, like, a bad connotation. I could say adapted.
Low-key, the movie's kind of inspired by...
It definitely is. Like, every moment they took from that, it made me so happy to see. The Chow Garden was super funny. But, like, the scenes were, like... Because one thing, like, at the beginning of the movie, to go to Japan, where they take the helicopter.
Yeah.
They're like, this is super serious. We need to get there now. I was like, why is Sonic riding in a helicopter? He could just fucking run there.
But, you gotta wait for the team as well. And they
did do the
intel.
Ring. They also did, like, a teleportation with the ring.
Yeah.
So it wasn't, like, too bad. But, like, in that scene where he's like, no in-flight movies or food, I'm out of here. That's, like, a direct line from Sonic Adventures 2 when he, like, jumps out of the plane to escape the city level. And then they did, like, the scene where, like, he, like, falls down in front of Shadow from the Shadow the Hedgehog game.
Yeah.
But yeah, the action, like you were talking about earlier, great. Every time Shadow was like kicking ass and like taking names.
This is literally the best live action Dragon Ball movie we could have got. Like,
so much better. Like,
it's insane, like how good the action was. Like they were really throwing hands. Like
when they both went super. When like Sonic was giving Shadow the hands, and he was just like, I'm gonna absorb some of this superpower. Fucking, and they were just beating each other around the world. Yeah. So sick.
I was kind of mad he didn't say Chaos Control. He didn't name drop it, which was annoying. But
true. But he was only teleporting.
Yeah.
Did he ever like freeze time?
I not that I saw, but he also did like Chaos Spheres.
Oh, I did see that, in the final fight against all the robots. I also like that reference too, because those robots, one of them is like that robot that always tags along.
Yeah.
Shadow and Rouge. Mm-hmm. That guy. That was one of those robots. I saw that. I was like, they're doing the thing. So that was cool.
I thought they did Maria and Shadow's like
Oh.
backstory. That was done well.
That was perfect.
I liked it a lot. Honestly, like if we could have got even more like 10 minutes on it, that would have been great. A lot of people are mad that they didn't actually shoot Maria.
Yeah, I get it though. Like I don't think you're gonna get away with actually shooting a child on like
for 6-year-olds.
Right. But like an explosion is basically just as good. Like what's worse, getting shot or her fucking being incinerated?
Yeah, I've never seen one.
She should have been shot.
No.
She should have shot him.
But no, I thought that was done very well. Like, it hit for me. Like I was like, yep, they gotta take good care with this, and I thought they did a good enough job.
And even with old Robotnik, when he's like, I have to destroy the world now because they killed Maria. Like even that, you're like understandable. Like, yeah. And also just like the whole like Eggman space station was super fun to see too.
Yeah.
And then like, I kind of get it. Like what they made like the original Robotnik, not like a good guy, but he basically was like, how am I gonna rule the world if you destroy it, basically?
Mm-hmm.
So like that was kind of like cool. You could kind of like root for one of the Jim Carreys.
Well, you basically hit him with the Mega Mind. You may be a villain, all right, just not a super one.
True. Like all that, like the fight scene between the Robotniks too. I was like, stop cutting away from Sonic and Shadow, bro. Is like Mantis hands. I was like, I don't care about this.
Yeah.
But like the final scene too, where like Sonic is about to lay out Shadow. I thought I was gonna see some Dark Sonic here, and then
you kind of did.
Yeah, and then he's like, "This isn't me. Revenge isn't who I am." And then, they have the bro talk on the moon, which I thought was just so funny and cool. Like they don't need oxygen, I guess. Like I don't even care.
Well, Shadow's an alien.
Well, he's like created with alien DNA. I mean, so is Sonic technically.
Like he goes to the alien tank and he says that like, I know I may look like a hedgehog, but I'm literally that thing.
Yeah, because they like take it's like DNA.
Yeah,
he's made from like the DNA. It's in his lore.
Yeah, I know.
He makes from the Sonic and the alien DNA. But I mean, Sonic is also an alien. I think they all say that they're like, oh yeah, we're all aliens. And because But anyway, what were we talking about? So
we're talking about their bro talk on the moon.
Oh yeah, that they didn't need oxygen. The implications. I don't ever want to see Sonic holding his breath ever again, basically. But yeah, the dap up was sweet. The final battle between. I also loved the scene where they were like holding back like the laser. I kind of wish they had just like come up with a Kamehameha to like blast struggle it. That would have been sweet. But
and him taking his Shadow taking his limiters off to push it.
When that happened, I was like, he's taking off his limiters.
Yeah.
So sweet.
Dude, when I'm seeing people like comment all the time like, oh, Sonic kicked his ass, and it's like, you have no idea how good Shadow was. He didn't have his limiters on.
You mean off?
Off, yeah.
He didn't have the chance to take off his limiters.
Well, he didn't want to. He wanted it to be a fair fight.
No.
He punched the man on a super in base.
No. But in like the scene too, and like Shadow got his comeback because like Sonic fell out of Super before Shadow did. So, but yeah, there was a scene. I don't think it was in the game, but I think it was in Sonic X, the TV show, where like the plot is very similar, where they're like holding back, like it's not a laser, but it's like the spaceship is falling, and they both have to hold it, and like it's Sonic and Shadow, and Shadow's like, get out of here, and Sonic's like, we'll go down together, and then he does like a punch to the gut to knock out Sonic, and then Shadow like tanks the blast.
Bro, I remember I was bawling my eyes out as a kid. I was like, no, Shadow! Yeah. He's like, oh god, you were so cool.
And he's like, and he like throws Sonic to safety, and like he like crashes with the spaceship.
It's like, it's my job to save this world.
Yeah. He's like, I gotta redeem every bad thing I've ever done, basically. But yeah, and so like, I thought they were gonna do that scene where like I thought he was gonna like turn and like knock out Sonic, but Sonic just passed out on his own. So, but I also liked in that scene when Sonic like passed out and like Tails jumped out to save him, and then like Knuckles came in to save him. That was really cool. I really liked Knuckles and Tails in this movie. Like, They had like good chemistry, Team Sonic.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, or Team Knuckles. Knuckles really was the MVP. Like, just fucking save them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, and I love the after credit scenes with Metal Sonic, Amy showing up.
Proof that Shadow's alive.
Yep, Shadow's alive, which is interesting because in every other version they have it to where like a clone of Shadow.
Yeah.
Like Shadow dies, but then a clone of Shadow. Oh, actually no, I think actually I just saw a thing where like in Shadow the Hedgehog, the game, it's revealed that he's not actually a clone. He just had his memories erased or whatever. So I did see that. It feels like I'm talking about a fucking Marvel comic book.
Yeah.
Talking about Sonic lore for some reason.
Bro, so let me ask. Would you rather have him pop up, like, would you want, like, a Shadow solo movie now? I would. I would love one.
I know you would. I didn't watch, like, the Knuckles solo show. I don't know. They might do, like, a Sonic Shadow show.
Bro, bro, are you upset that he didn't say damn?
That would have been funny.
Bro, he had a gun, too. That was kind of cool.
He did have the gun. I thought it was sweet he had the gun in the motorcycle. Well, they would have to make it PG-13 when I think it was only a PG.
Yeah.
So, you know, maybe for the fourth one they'll push that boundary. Or maybe for the TV show. Or if Shadow gets his own show or movie. See, the only thing with, like, characters getting their own, like, movies is that you have to waste villains on that movie.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't want Shadow to, like, take on, like, a big Sonic villain by himself. Because I'd be like, ugh, they should have been a Sonic movie. Like, the two villains I want to show up next are Metal Sonic, which is already confirmed, and I want Chaos, the, like, water creature.
No Silver?
He's not, like, a villain. I don't consider him a villain.
He's pretty much a villain.
No, he's just, like, a misunderstood... He's like, oh, I thought Sonic was a bad guy, but he's not a bad guy. Anyway. But no, I want those two. Those two are, like, straight out of Sonic Adventures, too. Like, I don't know. I like Chaos. He's, like, cool, and, like, he's so different from every other, like, Sonic villain. He's just, like, a weird alien water creature thing.
Yeah.
And Metal Sonic is always just cool. I think he's just tough ever since I saw that movie.
I'd say going back to a potential Shadow movie, you could introduce Rouge.
Yeah, that's true. You could do, like, Rouge and the Robot against, like, maybe the... You could just basically do... the Shadow game, I guess, for a movie. Like the alien guy. Mm-hmm. That could be a good movie for Shadow. If they wanted to do that. Or they could do, like... Because they have, like, a lot of characters they still need to introduce. So they could do, like... What if they did... Okay, consider this. Another, like, Sonic X plot. It's Shadow, Rouge, and the Robot. And they go and team up with those other three people. The bee, Charmy the bee... The crocodile and the iguana thing. The investigating team. And what if it's like a detective movie? Detective Shadow. That can be his movie.
Yeah, nah.
And then we can introduce these characters.
You could, I mean, what you could do, right? So, like, they're detecting him, right?
Yep.
Shadow could be, like, the focal point. Hey, like, you've done all these terrible things.
Right.
We're taking you to justice. And then, like, Shadow's like, I did with for gore, I did bad stuff.
Well, or here's what you could do. I think what they might do to stay true to the Shadow lore is after he became a good guy, they're going to mind wipe him.
Yeah.
I think he's going to have amnesia in the fourth movie. Or in his own movie, or show, if he gets one. I think he's going to be amnesiac. So, like, they're going to be like, you did bad stuff. And he's going to be like, nuh-uh. And then, like, so it'll be, like, that whole misunderstanding.
I don't even know who I am.
Exactly. So it'll be, like, a whole, like, thing like that. And then, like...
Just get out of my way.
And then... And then the gun lady can be like, Shadow, I can show you your past. And he's like, show it to me. Then she'll be like, oh, but you have to do this stuff first. And he'll be like, fine. And then, you know. And
then, like, it could be with that, too, like, it could be, like, Sonic getting, like, his ass kicked by Metal Sonic. So you could end the movie of Sonic 4 just with, like, Sonic getting his ass kicked.
Yeah.
And, like, the end of it, like Shadow could just pull up and be like, at the end of the Shadow movie, be like, I'm on my way. And then, like, at the end of the Sonic 4, he, like, catches a punch.
Yeah.
And then they just tag team and beat the shit out of Metal Sonic.
That would be sweet. Because if you think about it, Metal Sonic is essentially the androids from Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Oh man,
Was this a Sonic 3 review?
This is just fan theories now. We're just pitching our own movie
I
ideas.
think we've talked about Sonic 4 more than we've talked about Sonic 3.
We've got a lot of ideas, and by putting our voice out there, it's more likely that they'll be heard.
And, you know, this is literally scripture now in the Sonic lore. Like, if it happens, like, I just want people to come back to this video.
We come back here first.
Yeah.
So, who are the characters from the Sonic lore you want in the next movie? Obviously, we're already getting Amy and Metal Sonic.
Rouge would be sick. And honestly, I just want maybe an Easter egg of Silver.
Oh yeah. See, if they do the time travel thing, I think they could introduce Silver there too. The thing is that it's so hard to introduce so many new characters in one movie, but I mean in this one they introduced Dr. Robotnik, Shadow.
Well, it's more so I don't even want a ton of new characters. Mm-hmm. I just want them to flesh out the relationship between Sonic and Amy. I feel Amy's gonna be so much fun in Sonic 4.
Do you think that they're gonna do her the stereotypical Amy, or are they gonna give her girl boss Amy makeover?
I think it'll be a mix of both. Yeah. I would like Sonic X Amy and Sonic. Yeah. And even Sonic Boom.
Yeah.
It's just
obsessed with Sonic Amy. Yeah. It's just always so funny. It's
very Ash Ketchum Misty vibes. Mm-hmm. It's it's really fun. The comedy's made for kids, but it's that's funny.
I hope if Shadow's in Sonic 4, because they might not put him in it, because they're getting to a point where they're getting Avengers level cast members.
Yeah.
I hope they do more of oh my god, it's Sonic, and it's just Shadow. I don't think that was in enough of Sonic 3. They made a reference to how they look similar, but in the games and in
Sonic
the TV.
X.
So
it was
in the TV show, and
he was getting framed.
Adventures, yeah, they're oh my god, it's Sonic!
Sonic just murked a school.
That's not me. It reminds me of this short of Sonic where it's everybody just keeps thinking all of his villains are him, and he's that's not me. Sonic, you can fly. So I think if they introduce Silver, they have to introduce Blaze, the cat. So that would be cool, because they're a stable together. I hope they introduce Big the cat.
Yeah, that'd be fire.
Yeah.
I mean, good for Big the cat. Yeah.
I hope he's just in the background eventually. If they're introducing all these alien characters from Sonic's Homeworld or whatever, I hope there's a big portal event or some shit like that, and then just throughout the Sonic movies from here on out, he's just randomly in the background.
You know what? I wish in Sonic 3 when he's Knuckles, give me the Master Emerald. He's I don't know.
Yeah.
From Sonic. Approved.
No, it's now illegal to like this.
But yeah, that pretty much covers Sonic 3, the review, and Sonic 4, 5, and 6.
Bro, Sonic, can you imagine the one redesign led to the greatest cinematic universe in the history of movies?
This might be recency bias.
I'm joking, but only slightly.
You gave it a 6, 6, and a 7.
Those are high ratings. They're above average. Sonic 4 could be an 8. They're only going up.
That's true. No Shadow is not a good sign though. But
they might have.
Just give me a Shadow. Just give me a Shadow solo movie.
I saw this thing where it was behold the Sonic cinematic universe, and it was we just got out of phase 1. So now next is phase 2 and phase 3.
Something I hope we don't see Super Sonic in Sonic 4.
No, I love Super Sonic.
I love Super Sonic too, but it loses its flavor. No.
It's always got to be his end form to finish off the villain. It's so sweet. It's not like they use it all movie. They're just okay, we can't do it without the emerald. I don't know. I always love Supersonic. Like, the big thing with Sonic that made him different was that he had, like, transformations. Like, Mario had, like, transformations, I guess, but it was never the same.
Well, this is literally a Super Saiyan transformation.
Right, exactly. So it's just sweet. Like, yeah, I think if anything, maybe they should give him a power-up or something like that. Yeah. Maybe go Supersonic 2.
It's insane.
But... No, I love Supersonic. Like, I hope it's definitely in the... Like, it would be so unsatisfying if, like, he just, like, beat the villain in base form, because then you'd be like, well, this dude would be no problem if he was just Supersonic. Like, where's the diff in that?
Or, I mean, what you got to do is you got to get the emeralds out of Sonic's hands to add tension.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, I mean, what you could do is, because, like, Chaos, the, like, water creature is, like, a being about the Chaos Emerald, so... Like, if he just couldn't get his hands on the Chaos Emeralds or something like that?
Or because Sonic's afraid he can't swim. Right. So he's so afraid of chaos. He had to face his fears.
That'd be cool. Even though he doesn't need to breathe, so.
In space.
Water's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah.
But, honestly, I'm trying to think of, like, other Sonic villains. Like...
All right, hold on. We'll just we'll put this down for a whole new a Sonic wish list.
Yeah, But this is
Yeah. Well, but because this I don't want to dilute that this is a Sonic 3 review.
Is that what this video was?
Yeah.
Okay. Final thoughts on Sonic 3.
Final thoughts. When Sonic 4 comes, no, I'm just kidding. But final thoughts. I mean, they're doing everything right. They're going in the right direction. Yep. I love what they did with Shadow.
Oh, I forgot to mention, I love that they used Live and Learn in the movie. That was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like, when that song started playing, I had a little fanboy moment. I was like, oh my god, it's the song!
Yeah, with the dap up, too.
Yep, and it was just so sweet. No, I think they're doing everything right. My only concern is after Sonic Adventures 2... They don't have a lot of good Sonic media to pull from. Like, next is, like, Sonic 06.
But people hate that.
Right, that's not very good.
People hate Sonic 06.
They could go Sonic Unleashed. That'd be fucking hilarious.
Did you fuck around with Sonic Unleashed?
I don't think... I never played the game all the way through, but I like the form. It's not, like...
Yeah, I like Sonic Unleashed.
That would be kind of cool. They could do that for, like, a... I don't know if that could be a whole movie. Never mind. Okay, we're getting too deep into the Sonic timeline over here. But after, like, Sonic Unleashed, I can't even think of, like, there's, like, the
Frontiers.
2 recent games. Oh, yeah, Frontiers, I guess. But, like, the 2 most recent games other than Frontiers are, like, the Generation games, and those are just, like, rehashing old stuff. So, soon, I mean, the Sonic people are just going to have to start making shit up, which could be good. So.
Well, yeah. You could do... I mean, Shadow could have his own movie with 05.
Yeah.
But yeah, that will conclude the Sonic 3 review / 4, 5, and 6
Sonic 3
review.
is good. I'm only concerned for the series to see what ideas they pull from next. But yeah, I think that concludes it for me.
Yeah. With that being said, Sonic new trilogy wish list is gonna be up. Because, I mean, obviously you heard it. We have just a lot of things we got to say with it.
And we have to put them out there so that when it gets announced, we can be like, well, they definitely pulled from...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they pulled from our shit.
We'll send a cease and desist. But anyway, that will do it. I hope y'all enjoyed Sonic 3. We did, for sure. And y'all have a good one.
Yeah.